getting the most out of the experience is that was the next thing I was going to go to. So this is perfect. But getting the most out of the experience is just, what do you want? What do you want out of it? And whatever you want out of it, you can get for the most part. You just have to go in with those intentions. And once you've gotten the experience, you've had an amazing experience, you had an epiphany, you've had these like life-changing things, don't lose it. Don't lose the energy, the momentum. Take advantage of that newfound momentum and break some fucking habits. Because the first thing that I did once I was done with my first like 2 psychedelic experiences was I started making changes in my life where I was like, shit, I didn't realize how important these things were. I need to start doing these things. So making my bed, cleaning my room, focusing on health and fitness and yoga and meditation and all these things. Excuse me. Got burps here. But like all of these things, they were all coming to me at once, and it just became clear to me that, I need to just make a couple of these little shifts, and over time this will start building. And it got to a point where now it's like, the person for me today, like I couldn't even recognize the person prior to my psychedelic experience. It really is a rebirth. I felt like I was reborn. And I was always a positive attitude guy. Like it's not like I was insanely different, but I kind of am, and you're never the same person every day anyway. So that already is a fucking illusion that you are, I guess, privy to from the psychedelic experience, where you're like, oh, I'm not even who I was 2 days ago. Nobody is. Nobody's the same person every day. You have a different set of circumstances, a different attitude, a different amount of sleep, a different amount of whatever happened the day before. There are too many variables. You're never the same fucking person. But losing that attachment to who you thought you were and creating a new identity based on more of a present mindfulness approach, it leads you to a better state of mind. It leads you to a better way of thinking about life. And that's what it brought to me. But it's because I integrated it into my life. I went and took these amazing peak experiences where I'm like, oh my God, I had my mind blown. I can't believe I saw things. I was such a fool. I saw things this way. And really, I could have chosen to see them this way. You realize the amount of choice you have in the decisions that you make. A lot of the times we feel like we don't really control things, or that we don't make these decisions, but we're making decisions every day, all the time. And we don't realize that all of these decisions that we're making are times that are spent in activities we don't like doing, or are spent with people we don't even really like that much, or putting ourselves into negative energies and just other negative experiences that we probably could have avoided. And it's empowering to learn that you can change those things. It's empowering to learn that you actually have an ability to see the world in a different way than you were seeing before. But it's so hard to see it when you've been trapped in those mental thought patterns for so long. So sometimes the only way to break those are to take yourself so far outside of them. So for some people, that's traveling and going to, like, let's say you're an American, you go to Europe. That might be something that will really destabilize you to the point where you maybe are able to learn some big life epiphanies, and you learn a lot about yourself, especially if you're traveling alone. It's kind of like that hero's journey thing. You need to like walk away from home to learn something. And psychedelics give you a chance to do that without having to go anywhere. And that's the convenience of it. And that's where I think it has the ability to change the life of everyone on the planet if they so choose, and if they have the mental fortitude to do it. And I by no means am endorsing for everyone to do it. As I've stated many times in this podcast, it's more about the safety aspect of it. I really want people to be as serious as I am with how I take these things, and that I'm not just some druggie trying to do drugs. Like, people love to fucking throw that narrative out, but that's just not it. That's just not me. I'm very careful with these things. I'm very mindful of what they do. I'm very, I guess, like, passionate about what they've done for me, and that I know that they can do for other people. But I also understand that not everyone is going to want that experience. Not everybody wants to be, quote unquote, woken up, stay woke. But like, at the same time, you want to give people that chance if they are the type of person who will benefit from it. And there are a lot of people who will benefit from the experience. So if you take what I'm saying seriously about safety, and you test your drugs, you make sure you know what you're taking, you are mindful of your set and your setting, you pay attention to the location you're in, the people that you're doing it with. They have to be people you really trust. You're going in with the right intentions. You're trying to have a good time, but you're also trying to learn something. You take the right dosage. You don't take too much. Don't get too ambitious. and you stick to activities that you're going to enjoy naturally, that you enjoy in your sober state, or maybe if you enjoy cannabis and you haven't explored psychedelics, if it's something you enjoy doing cannabis, there's a good chance you're going to enjoy doing it on a psychedelic state of mind as well. And then trying to get the most out of the experience, applying it to your life, finding the fundamental little things that you can do in your day-to-day operations that can change your life from going from unconsciously reacting to external stimuli to consciously reacting to external stimuli. And it's funny too, because you're choosing when to engage in the external stimuli. You're choosing when to engage in certain people, certain energies, certain responses, certain activities. You choose those things, and then those things have an effect back on you. You know, we are co-creators of reality. We do not make things in a vacuum. You are making things dependent upon everybody else, making things dependent upon everybody else. So when you realize the interdependent nature of everything, you then realize the part that you play, the integral part you play in shaping the reality around you. So find the people that build you up, find the people that inspire you, surround yourself with those people, and you will have almost a perpetual motion machine where anytime one part of the machine breaks down, one person needs some help, the other people can help them, and it continues. You know, I would be nowhere without the support system that I've been able to build and discover around me. And that's because I found these awesome people. I've found their energies and I've stuck with them, and I help them refuel themselves, and they help me refuel me. And that's key. So you want to find those people that are beneficial to you. Find those people that really make you better, that make you want to be the best version of yourself, and that help call you on your shit. You don't have people checking you. You know, that like we've all seen an ego run amok. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes a big Trump. So, you know, we want to stop the Trumps. And the only way to stop the Trumps is to have people being mindful of each other, to be checking each other, to call each other on their bullshit, but do it in a way that's constructive. You know, there is definitely a way to deliver a message, and different people hear messages differently. So just keep that in mind. You know, tailor your message to the audience that you're in front of.